All right, people, we're back. Another exciting episode of the Legal Elbow MMA show. I am Brian from thelegalelbow.com.
And I am Dan, MMA Aftermath on Facebook. He fucking disconnected Weinman from his fucking senses.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, because I like Eddie Wineland, man, but it's like at the same time, it's like, hey, man, I know it's kind of your style, you know what I mean, to have your hands low, you know what I mean, and kind of look for shit and not have your hands in the way or whatnot, but it's like, you gotta guard yourself, dude. I mean,
it was almost like Eduardo fucking studied for that.
Because it really looks to me like, I'm not knocking on either guy. It looked like when you watch the knockout, at least maybe I should watch it back, I don't know. When you watch the knockout, it looked like a very elementary kind of
like
thing.
A graze almost.
Yeah, like Eduardo had no problem hitting him, and Eduardo really threw a very straight standard punch, and Wineland was already just straight out of it, so it was easy to land. You know what I mean? Just straight shocking to me, man. But
yeah, I can't wait till we run down the Pelele thing too, because that was another. It was almost like he just grazed a hair on his chin, dude, and it knocked him the fuck out. It was pretty fucking awesome, dude.
Illegal Elbow MMA show. Just want to throw a little something out to the Dark Side Radio. Really, really appreciate you guys commenting on the show. And big props to you guys, man. You guys, a lot of cool stuff going on there, people. So check it out on Spreaker, the Dark Side Radio. A lot of very cool rap-oriented electronica. I'm not completely abreast of the whole thing, but and how it works. But there's a lot of very cool music going on there. Would actually make a lot of cool breaks for our show as well. So maybe we can hook something like that up. If you guys hear this, I don't know. If you guys want to collaborate something, man, that'd be kind of cool. But we're going to get to it, man. Erick Silva taking on Matt Brown. Throw it down, Dan. What do you think of that fight, man?
Fucking A, man. This was one of the best fights. It's like, to me, it was one of the top 3 fucking fights that I've ever seen personally. And most of it, you could say, fucking Erick Silva didn't really do much, but Erick Silva did, man. He fucking stayed in there, man. He showed fucking heart. That kid could have gave up at any time. And you know what? Matt Brown could have gave up in the fucking first round, too. And he could have gave up in a few other rounds when he got kicked in the solar plexus. Because, dude, I thought in the first, after he got kicked in the fucking stomach and went down, it was fucking over, dude. I was like, holy shit, this is a stunner. This is going to be, all the hype. He's in his hometown. He's got all the Bengals there. Everybody's cheering for him. And he gets fucking put out and submitted, Because a couple of times after that, when Silva got on his back, dude, I said, oh, holy shit, he's going to get put out.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking had a couple of them sunk in there, dude. But fucking Matt Brown, dude. Matt Brown gets back up after being down with a minute left in the fucking first round. It starts unloading on Erick Silva, and it looked like Erick Silva to me when he got up off the ground from trying all those submissions and having all that adrenaline flow, kind of like a Shane Carwin did against Brock. He fucking blew his wad, fucking tried so hard to fucking get this guy out, and when he got back up, it cost him, dude, I think.
Fucking realized he didn't have much left.
And I'll let you take it from here. But going into the second round, Erick Silva didn't look right to me.
I got to give huge props to Silva for because I knew going into this kid is damn tough. Mm-hmm. He's a tough ass kid, man, and he's good. He's probably got I would say I don't want to say a better game than Matt Brown. They're 2 different games. You know what I mean? Matt Brown's a good wrestler. He's more of a wrestler guy on the ground, and it's more wrestling based. Erick Silva's more jiu-jitsu based on the ground.
And Matt Brown was trying some of that wrestling in the second round when he was trying all those triangle chokes and he had him in that leg lock and shit, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He was integrating and what would you say, and segueing right into move after move. He could never finish it, but it was pretty sweet to watch,
Oh hell yeah, man! It was like a like when it gets to boxing, and they say the sweet science, that's when you get into MMA, the sweet science. You know what I mean? It's when you get guys on the ground, rolling, basically rolling. That's what they call it, man. You're rolling with that guy to get a better position, a dominant position to where you can rain down whatever you got to, throw at him or sink into submission. What he does, he doesn't have to really. He has to hone just exactly what he does and stay good at it. I don't think he really needs to learn anymore. I mean, because his defensive, jiu-jitsu, defensive wrestling, I mean, it's all so good that it's.
Yeah, I think he couldn't put Silva away in that fucking second with all those triangle attempts with the leg and stuff, just because of his midsection injury, dude. I think he was fucking when he got fucking hit in the midsection. I think he was fucking injured from that point till the end. I don't know.
Talking about Brown,
when he folded over and fucking, it was almost over and out for Brown, but he's found a way. But I'm just saying, in that second, when towards the end of the second, he couldn't finish any of those triangles or anything like that, just because he didn't have the power and strength in the midsection, just because of the injury, dude.
I think a lot of people would see it going that way. I almost have to watch this fight again. Because the night of, obviously watching fights where, hanging out, having drinks, whatnot. I almost have to watch it again because it's like all the excitement, just, let's have a shot because, that was so good,
fight night. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. I know it's...
Well, basically at the end of the, middle of the third, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. Herb Dean calls it because there's really no answer from Erick Silva. He's getting beat. He's in a fucking fetal position. They pan out to the crowd. The crowd's going wild. The foam Chuck Liddell's going wild with the big head. It's really, when I was watching it, I had chills going down my spine when Matt Brown was coming back, when they were exchanging, and the crowd was going nuts. It was just one of those fights, man. It was just like, fuck. It's all out on the line here, man. Fucking Matt Brown, in front of his home crowd, putting it all out on the line, putting the heart out there. And I will give props to Erick Silva for hanging in there and taking one hell of a beating. What I put on the MMA aftermath page as a prediction, and I don't know if it's real prediction because they didn't go in that later rounds, but I said Brown is going to take Silva into the later rounds and break him. And that's what his corner said after the fucking second round. He said, you can break this dude, break him. And that's what he did.
Hey, we would have never thought possible. You know what I mean? A couple of years ago, we'd have never thought possible. Matt Brown breaking a dude like this?
No,
we'd have thought he would have lost. You know what I mean? But now it's like, holy shit, man! This guy's full circle, getting in the area, pretty close to, a what do you call it?
Title shot. They're talking Hector Lombard. So
really, Hector Lombard for Matt Brown? No shit. Wow.
Which, if you see, I think Matt Brown was 9 before this fight, and Lombard was 7. So Matt Brown's got to be bigger than 7, taller than, or up there more than 7, and he's going to be going back down by Lombard. But like I said, they're both jawing at a title shot, and I think this will catapult them right up there. Fuck.
I think that's kind of a cool idea because, and that's a very doable fight for Matt Brown. I think because he's got more reach, he's got more height, he's a longer fighter. He can take this to the ground because I don't want to see Matt Brown strike straight. Well, he does have the reach, so maybe striking with Hector Lombard might not be a bad idea, but might not be a great idea either. He might want to test the waters and just try a takedown and take this dude down. You never know. I don't know.
That's hard.
That's really hard to say.
Matt Brown showed us a lot because when he was on his, it was like. Where we were kind of like wondering, he was in limbo a little bit there. He lost his last 3 out of 4 fights, before he went on his big old fucking winning streak.
Huge
he was getting
streak,
fucking submitted rear nakeds. If you look at it on his thing, rear nakeds every fucking time, man. That's what his fucking kryptonite was a rear naked choke. And let me tell you something, he did very well, and he must have worked on it, because Erick Silva is no joke at fucking jiu-jitsu, dude, and he got out of a few fucking rear naked chokes in that first round after getting pummeled in the stomach. So I'm going to have to say Matt Brown has learned a little something, man. You know, survival at least. Fuck.
Yep. Hell yeah, dude. And like you said, man, a lot of props to Erick Silva. But one thing I can say is it's nice, you know, which UFC, you know, has gone to Brazil quite a few times in the last year or two.
Hell yeah. A lot, man.
So,
it's like 3 times a year, it seems like now. Fuck. I got one coming up.
And it's real nice to see, you know, and not ragging on Erick Silva, not at all, but it's nice to see a Brazilian in the backyard of an American fighter, because it's always been the flip side for the longest time, you know. So Erick Silva is in somebody else's backyard, you know, which it kind of sucks he had to be the whatever you want to call it, the scapegoat or whatever, but
you said, Erick Silva stood on top of that cage celebrating in front of Brazilian crowds a few times, so...
Hats off to Erick Silva, and big props to Matt Brown again, man. So,
wait, just think of this. Here. Just think of this. If you were to do your prerequisites for the top 20 welterweight card, or the best of the welterweights, dude, his quality of opponents and last 5 fights right there would put him in your top 5.
Oh yeah, at least, you know? At least.
Fuck.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, Erick Silva probably wouldn't be in a bad area either, but Matt Brown would be in an amazing area, which goes along with what we're saying. It's like he's, as far as competition goes, which is one of the criteria, man. Top 10 top 20 heavyweights of MMA on illegalllevelradio.com. Check it out, people. See what you think.
Hell yeah.
If I had the same deal going on with, like you said, with Matt Brown, you know, in the welterweight class, he would be very, very respected. Talking about a title shot right now, you know, he came out and said after the fight, you know, hey, who do you guys want to see fight for the belt next? You know, Hector Lombard, man, that's a big step up. You know,
Matt Brown's got 7 in a row, dude. Tied with fucking Chris Weidman, Renan Barão, and the only one more than them is fucking John Jones with 11. You know, they all got 7.
Isn't it John Jones? I think there's somebody else too. John Jones and maybe GSP. Maybe I think there was 2 11s, one 7, and then Matt Brown. I think, but I don't know exactly. But I have to see that post again or something. But yeah, dude, he's up there, man. He's made a fucking stink, man. Mm-hmm. Nobody can take that away from him, man. He's on a tear right now.
He fucking stole the show, man. He fucking stole the show that night. Steadfast.
God beer.